What's going on, guys? Boy, do I have a exciting one for you. At least I'm excited. So I've got everything overnighted from Japan. Just kidding. I've got the assembled short block with the heads, everything in the back to build the long block for the new engine going into the Fox body. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've been waiting for this day for maybe a month and a half now. Actually, no, it's only been a month. But when you have a short block that's capable of putting down as much as you want, it just lights a fire under you, and you just want to get it done. So it just feels like it's been a long time. So it's finally happening. The day's here. I'm going up to my buddy's Bob's shop. We're gonna get assembling on this thing, get it as much of a long block as we can. We're only missing a few parts like throttle body, things like that. Also just waiting on the G-force dog box. That should be here sometime, maybe next week. Just gotta figure out a few things. So yeah, super excited. Been waiting for this day for a while now, and come along on this journey of me trying to bring this Fox body as far as that I can. So I'll see you guys up there, and we'll get going on this. Well, now it's a few weeks later. Ran into some issues. We didn't have the right valve stem seals. They were a little too loose. And then we also found a scratch in one of the cylinder walls. So we went ahead and re-honed one of them. And when we took one of the cylinders out, we found out that the ring gap was a little too tight for what we're gonna be running. So it was around like 18 thou. So we went up to, I believe, on the bottom ring, 22 thou. And on the top ring, about 24. So here it is. We ended up taking all the pistons out of the cylinders, re-gapping them, and we also did find some moisture behind the rod bearing, so we went ahead and cleaned all that up, and it's all torqued down, and so now feel great about the bottom end. So it just kind of went ahead and refreshed it and got it up to the spec that we want. So that's all taken care of now. You know, it took us some time to get that figured out in film because we were really trying to focus on getting that done. The heads are all kind of assembled here. The new seals in there, got all the valves. It was a pain in the ass trying to use this little thing here to get these really heavy spring rates in there. So that's all done there. These big valves in there. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this thing today. It's kind of the project, and then depending on how quick I get that done, I'm gonna go ahead and you know, keep chugging along. We did also throw the heads on and measured for the push rods. So that's kind of the last piece of the puzzle that we needed to get. All right. So we ended up having to go with a 7.125 with a 0.105 wall thickness. So that's all there. So everything is here to put all this stuff together, bell housing, clutch, and all that. That's gonna go ahead and get this thing cleaned up and you know, kind of spray it a little bit. I don't want it to get too rusty. I want it to look a little nice, at least for a little bit. So I feel like I got a, you know, nice shiny engine. So yeah, I'm gonna start taping this thing up, and I'll let you see the color once I start laying down. So all right, we got the white's right. Had to throw the heads on it just to kind of get a little idea of what you're gonna look like. So we had a fun little art project today, so we might do a little something over here. We'll keep that a surprise. But yeah, very happy how that came out. So now we'll just let it sit, rest, and cure, and on to assembling it. So, oh yeah. All right, gonna see how quick we can get this bad boy out of there, so we can get that other one in. Get a time lapse going. Going away. Got it knocked out in about 3 hours. All right, it's another day at the shop. We got the old engine yanked out of there, and that's all sold and good to go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get wrenching on this thing and get it to a fully sealed engine by the end of today. We're just gonna clay bar it, see what the clearances is, and go from there. You know, start bolting it on. We don't have a whole lot. Alright, we got this baby all cleaned up, figured out the clearances. Now it's time to build a long block. Alright, so sitting idle, waiting for some parts, waiting on the new head studs, because we had the wrong ones. So today what I'm gonna do while we sit idle is go ahead and clean up the engine bay a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and peel back all the wiring, tuck it back into the interior, clean up some of this stuff, sand it down, and I'm gonna go ahead and paint it. So I'm just gonna be doing like a header, high heat thermal paint, so it's just gonna be white, so I'll be able to handle the heat and all that stuff. And I'm gonna clear coat it as well, so if we ever get anything on there, we can just wipe it. So yeah, got a lot of cleaning up to do and do some painting. So alright, so I've got most of the stuff out of there. Everything else is gonna stay, and just gonna start cleaning it all up, taping it all up, and get to painting. This is not sketchy at all. Get pulled by a bike. The Angel. We just pulled this thing all the way across to the other side of the car wash there. Got it power washed, so now she's squeaky clean. Alright, pushed it over to the car wash. Got all power washed it up. Gonna start taping it up, drying it off. Got the engine bay all painted up. That looks good enough. Mainly just did it to not get rusted. A little fade going here. But yeah, I'm happy how it came out. On to the next project. What is up, guys? I am back. So ran into a few issues. Didn't end up actually having the right head studs. We had the 7/16, and this dart block calls for these bad boys, the 1/2 inchers. So
had to wait for those. And once I did get them, I ended up getting that virus that's going around. So so that happened. Doing a little bit better now, but it's a little bit chillier in the shop, which doesn't help, but screw it. I gotta get this thing done, so chugging along. Finally, gonna stab these studs in it and, you know, hopefully get these heads on last time. And see what else I can get done. But yeah, tired, but not tired at the same time because I've been sleeping for 5 days. But yeah, I'm just gonna stab the heads on. Got everything else, injectors, stuff like that. So gonna see how I feel after I get the injectors, I mean the heads on, and go from there. So just doing small projects till I feel 100%. So let's get this heads on. Alright, so I got the heads on. I'm gonna start throwing these push rods in, rockers, things like that. I'm not gonna set lash or nothing, just throwing them in. Now I gotta torque these guys down, so just gonna keep chugging along. Alright, got the heads on, got them all torqued down. Throw the rockers on. Still need to set lash and all that, but just wanted to throw them on, make sure I made compression and all that. So I have to torque down crank pulley. Yeah, a little tired, so might just do a few more things here, then wrap it up for the day. Hopefully tomorrow and the next few days this week feel a lot better, so I can get a whole lot more done, because there is a lot to do. So we'll get it figured out. All right, quick little update. Got that bad boy in there. Threw the pan on, all that, and then just threw it in there, and then peekaboo. See something back there? Dog box is in there. We got a decent amount of wrenching done yesterday. Still have to finalize that whole setup with the transmission and the shifter and all that, and then gotta get a drive shaft for it. But yeah, was really happy with the amount of work that we got done yesterday. So this is gonna be a little tough. Gonna be tough figuring out the shifter position and get the hydro in there, but we got some figuring out to do as far as that goes. So yeah, that puts us in a pretty good spot to get wrenching on a lot of stuff and finalize this thing hopefully today. We get some of the radium fuel system going. Once we got fueling, and all the other stuff's kind of tiny, we just have to figure out the drive shaft and, you know, button things up. So very happy with the progress that we made so far. So pretty quick, but yeah, we'll see how much I'm gonna film on wrenching this thing today. But yeah, quick little update. So we actually ended up finishing the car for the most part. Got the fuel cell back here, relocated the battery, ended up cutting the entire back of the car up. Got a
crash structure around the whole tank, nice and safe. Set up the hydro right here, remote mount. Still not finalized. I'm actually going through right now and just trying out different setups, and then once I like it, then you know, I'm gonna drive a comp or two on this setup, and then we'll go ahead and build a whole new transmission tunnel. I'm also in the process of making a new shifter right here, so we moved over with this block, and then now with this setup I'm gonna move over and back, and then I'm gonna have this style handle instead of the ball, which I prefer. So that's all done. Wiring's all done. Here's the somewhat finished product of the engine. I couldn't film a whole lot while we were finishing the car because we were just rushing to get down to Ford Fest. We actually made it, as you can see, with all the stickers and all that. So we made it. We broke the engine in down there. We were just crunch time. We were just all day, every day, just working on the car. Broke it in, you know, went out and tested it on the track there. Car works, you know, just still need a little bit of tuning. We got it on the dyno there, but we ran into some issues. So the charge pipe keeps blowing because we're revving a lot higher now with this engine, and it's just making a lot more steam. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. We're changing the entire charge pipe setup to use HD clamps all around. It's just all going to be welded, so the charge pipe can't blow off anymore. And then I'll probably close out this video after that's done. And then the next video is going to be us dyno tuning this thing, find out what it's going to make with our distributor setup for now. We also have to probably, once I go coil unplug, we'll probably have to change up the sizes of the pulleys, just so it's not making as much boost if we turn it up to 8200, 8500. So very stoked. The thing looks amazing. That engine is monster. So yeah, this video's kind of been all over the place, but when you're working on something this level and trying to do it within a month to make it to an event, things just get a little crazy, and I can't pull out the camera and put it on everybody's face while we try to work. So but try to get better at that as we go. So yeah, I'll do a little update once the charge pipe's done. I'll obviously insert some of the videos that I have of the first start and things like that. And super stoked on the transmission and clutch setup. Feels amazing. So yeah, I'll give you guys an update once the charge pipe is done, and we'll go from there. This man going ham. Alright, it's the next day. We ended up finishing up the charge pipe pretty late last night, so got the car started. Everything, works well. So here's the finished product. It goes in. You got your ball valve here. It goes all the way in underneath the dash, and then it comes out. Here's another HD clamp that goes into the throttle body. So you can see underneath here how it is. And then the water, air, and a cooler will eventually go down there. So just gotta button up a few more things, put the intake filter back on. We're gonna change a few setups in the car. Once that's done, we'll be headed to the dyno at some point next week. So there are a few more things that we want to do to get the blow valve to open at idle, just to vent some of that charge that the supercharger is pushing all that air at idle. We don't have enough vacuum, so it doesn't help for the brakes and things like that. We might eventually end up having to do a vacuum pump, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. Super stoked on how this thing came out. It already makes a lot more power than it used to. It's gonna only make more once we get on the dyno. So this is it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one, hopefully on the dyno, and then after that we're gonna test it out with all the new power. So I'll catch you in the next one.